Peace, peace, family. I had to go live on this topic. I've been watching a lot of people. I've been watching a lot of people go live on this Diddy topic, and they've been saying a lot of stuff. Um, this day, I'm feeling vindicated for a lot of things that I've talked about on all of my channels over the years. Whether it was the George Macon channel, the George Macon 2 channel, the George Macon Experience channel. I came in and I talked about a lot of these athletes, entertainers, and stuff like that for years. I've blown the whistle on them. I've shown the stuff that goes on behind the scenes and everything, right? But there's another element that I've been showing, and from watching these videos that everybody's making, there's a lot of things that's not being talked about. Our people are not really being educated on what's going on, so we're not taking a cerebral approach as to how we should be moving. Hold on for a second. Allow people to come into the room to get my ticker. There we go. Make sure I got everything all right. There we go. Yeah, we're not taking a more cerebral approach as to how we should be moving or really understanding what's happening. So now in this title, I talked about P. Diddy, and all P. Diddy and men of all races are being charged with crimes against women. Here's why. So what I'm seeing now is online, I'm seeing men and women, this gender divide and gender war. A lot of y'all don't know that y'all being played to even play that game, to even go into that. The gender war, the gender divide is something created by the powers that be. And I'm gonna prove it today. I'm gonna show you guys today in my 1 hour live stream. Those of you guys that come here for information, that come here, you're going to get some information. I hope that you save it. I hope that you tell people. When you starting to see women in masculine and traditional masculine roles on movies, acting masculine in songs, and the energy is swaying women to behave traditionally the way a man would be, right? All of this is part of the 2030 agenda, right? This is not nothing that's hidden. It's something that's as simple as a Google. Regular news, right? You're seeing women being put into positions of power all around the world, and they're normalizing things that wasn't normal in the society. You're seeing, like I said, you could turn on a movie and you'll see a woman beating up a man. Whereas though you know it's not real, but these are the things that they're pushing. Why they're pushing this? Because we're going into a new world where the 2030 agenda. So a lot of these, I did a series where your idols must fall. A lot of these idols for years that harmed women, did women dirty, didn't play the game right, they're being brought down. It don't matter if you're black, you're white. All of these people being brought down to the forefront, and they're putting women in positions of power because it's the time of the woman, right? And in the 2030 agenda for sustainable development, I'm going to show you the seven-part prong plan that they have. So this is not George Macon. This is not me. This is the world governments on what they're doing as far as bringing women up to equality with men. They're doing it in the women's basketball. They're putting more money and resources behind it because they want to bring the energy to get you to watch it, right? So what I'll do as just as a precursor to show you some of the things that I want to show you, right? I'll share my screen for a minute. And I'll show you guys this, right? As people start coming up in the room. I'll just give you something brief, right, before we really get into it. Now, this is the United Nations, right? Sustainable development and goals, right? And this is a five-part plan for gender equality. Gender equality is not only a fundamental human right, but a necessary foundation for peaceful, prosperous, and sustainable world. This has been a progress over the last decades, but the world is on track to achieve gender equality by 2030. You're not going to get this nowhere else because nobody else is going to show this to you. So when you see what you see outside that's happening on TV, on your block, and everywhere else, the energy is being swayed because they have an agenda by 2030 to actually bring women up to the level of equality with men, right? So now I'm gonna break all this down because I'm not gonna read the whole thing yet. I want to get people in. Listen, women and girls represent half the world's population and therefore also half of its potential. But gender equality persists everywhere and stagnates the social progress, right? Let's do this. Let's do this. Now let's go over to the United Nations Transforming Our World, the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. I gotta lead off with this so that way I can show you guys where I'm going in the stream. Now they have a 7-point plan. You have primable, people, planet, prosperity, peace, partnership, right? Now, in the people part of the 2030 agenda, I want y'all to listen to this because this is only for people. This stream I'm doing now is only for people that want to excel to the higher level because you understand what's going on and you understand what's coming. You're not making emotional responses towards things that you're seeing because you are studying the playbook. I'm a playbook teacher. I don't go live as much as I used to because when I do come live, I want to come with information and get up out of it and get out of here. So I teach the playbook. This stuff is as simple as a Google, but they know that you're not going to search this stuff. So I want you to see this is the United Nations 2030 agenda. They're not hiding it. So you can correlate this with everything that you see that's going on outside right now, right? And we're not going to get a lot of people in this room because black people, a lot of our people are stupid. I got to be honest. I've been doing this a long time. They don't want information. They want to complain about what's happening and what's not being given to them, but they don't want to do the work and they don't want the information because once you get the information, it's incumbent upon you now to do something about it. So we're giving you, hold on one second. One second. I meant to do this. I almost forgot. Hold on. Here I come, y'all. Here I come. All right. We're giving you this information so you can have an outstanding understanding as to what they're doing, and you can take the emotion out of it. What's up, big dog Philly? So check this out, right? So now the United Nations Transforming Our World, the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. I want to go down to people. I want y'all to see this. We are determined to end poverty, hunger in all forms and dimensions, and to ensure that all human beings can fulfill their potential and dignity and equality in a healthy environment. What does that mean? What does that mean? What does that mean? That means that the world we lived in doesn't exist no more. This is an all-inclusive society. We never lived in an all-inclusive society. Some things wasn't inclusive in the society. So now when you see these men and some women being brought down that would be considered tyrants, they are enemies to the society that's being ushered in. Watch this. Planet. We are determined to protect the planet from degradation, including through sustainable consumption and production, sustainably managing its natural resources and taking Earth. Wait a minute. Matter of fact, no. Prosperity. I'm sorry. Prosperity. Look at this. We are determined to ensure that all. Before I got to do this before I get to the Diddy situation because I need y'all to have an understanding for why I'm doing it. This is important because our people don't teach the playbook. Prosperity. We are determined to ensure that all human beings can enjoy prosperous and fulfilling lives and that economic, social, and technological process occurs in harmony with nature. Peace. We are determined to foster peaceful, just, and inclusive societies. I'm going to say this again. We are determined to foster peaceful, just, and inclusive societies, which are free from fear and violence. There can be no sustainable development without peace, no peace without sustainable development. So now, with that being said, we'll just move right on over, because I'll play these things and then I'll come back, because I need you guys to really understand what's happening. The world that you knew, the world that we lived in is over. They have grids everywhere. We're going into Demolition Man and Simon Phoenix. They are controlling everything on the grid. So now when they say that they want to have a prosperous, all-inclusive, peaceful world for everybody, that means that the letter groups come in now. They get to sit amongst you and do everything that you've historically been done. They don't have to hide in the shadows no more. A woman doesn't have to feel like she's second fiddle to a man no more. They're obliterating the roles. There is no God, man, woman, children. There is just equality, period. So now in the society where you're creating that, you have to kill the old world. And some of these people that was part of the old world, that was giants in the old world, they have to be brought down to size. And we already know in a society when those other people catch a cold, we catch a flu. So now you start seeing the bring down of a Bill Cosby, the bringing down of a R. Kelly, the bringing down of a Puff Daddy, and so many of these people that was so-called giants in the old world. But in this new world, they're not conducive. They're not conducive. You're right, Vincent. They have to create this function in order to usher in the new world. They're doing it right in front of your face, though. A lot of y'all don't like to see those transformers, but in an all-inclusive society, based off of what they're doing, they have every right. They have every right to live like everybody else. See, what I'm showing you guys is what the world governments is doing, not your local news. Not some guy on YouTube complaining about it. This is what they're ushering in by 2030. So they're normalizing things that wouldn't have been normal 25 years ago. And they're catering to your emotions to make you acquiesce to certain things. Yes, diversity, sustainability, inclusiveness. And when you hear the word inclusiveness, what does that mean to the society that we live in now as opposed to the society that's coming? So what happens is this. I can sit here for a whole hour and talk about all the exploits that P. Diddy has done. I can sit here for a whole hour and talk about salacious stuff that's on the news about P. Diddy. But for me, my job is to teach you guys the plan, the playbook. P. Diddy ain't the only one that's going to fall. They're coming for Will Smith next. Jay-Z, they're coming for some of these white people. These white people, they're going to fall too. Your idols must fall. Because in the new world, gender equality is not only a fundamental human right, but necessary foundation for a peaceful, prosperous, and sustainable world. There has been progress over the last decades, but the world is not on track to achieve gender equality by 2030. So what are they telling you here? What are they telling you? Sex, violence, and exploitation, the unequal division of unpaid care, domestic work, and discrimination in public offices all remain huge barriers. All these areas of inequality have been exacerbated by the COVID-19. There has been a surge of reports of sexual violence. Women have been taking on more care work due to school closures. 70% of health and social workers globally are women. Who's telling y'all this? Who's teaching y'all? Who's telling you? See, when you see a transistor go into an all-women's bathroom, y'all get emotionally riled up because you don't understand what's happening and what they're doing. And so because of that, you don't know how to have a proper argument. Nobody's telling you this, but this is a simple Google. These people, as my brother Riz would know, they don't hide nothing. They put it right in front of your face. Right in front of your face, but they know that you're not going to go look at it. You're not going to go search for it. They already know. So if you're a guy and you have a history of hurting women and doing wrong things to women or little girls, oh, they coming for you. Oh, they coming for you. Oh my God. Y'all, you don't know, y'all can't even begin to understand what's to come and what they got going on. And this is hold on. Matter of fact, let me go back over here first. Let me start here. Let's go over to let's start with P. Diddy exploits first, and then we'll get further. We'll get off further into.
11 was the first to report about a raid at the home of Sean Diddy Combs. Tonight, we're digging a little deeper into the legal issues already facing the music mogul.
They include multiple lawsuits involving allegations of sex workers, hidden cameras, and compromising recordings of celebrities and politicians. Now, all this was prior to today's federal raid. Fox 11's Gina Silva digging into that tonight. She's got the latest on those lawsuits. Gina.
Alex, Christine, this right here, it is the lawsuit. It is 75 pages of just shocking allegations. Many legal experts say the accusations are very similar to those of Jeffrey Epstein's case.
If you have read this complaint and seen the nature of these allegations, the raids aren't that surprising.
I want y'all to understand, too, you're going to see a lot of women, lawyers, women district attorneys, women in positions of power bringing down these men and putting emphasis on things that's happened to them in the past. Because to bring in a new world, you got to clean out all of this stuff. So when I'm showing you their agendas, right, by 2030, 2050, all of this stuff is happening right in front of your face. But you don't understand why it's happening. And this is why I'm doing this. Because you can watch hours of live streams. Most people ain't going to tell you this. They're just going to give you whatever the news is telling you.
It's a 75-page complaint with explosive allegations of sexual assault, sex trafficking, and drugging of underage girls. The lawsuit was filed by music producer Rodney Little Rod Jones on February 26. It names Sean Combs, a.k.a. Diddy, his son Justin Dior, and several others. And it also includes photographs of bloody crime scenes, sex workers, and drugs allegedly administered at, quote, freak-off parties.
It's clear that the allegations, again, in this complaint, many of them rise to the level of criminal conduct where you would expect to see some kind of criminal investigation taking place.
Civil rights attorney Ariva Martin is not connected to this case. She is serving as a legal analyst.
If even a handful, not the entire complaint of allegations, but even if a handful of these allegations are true, they mean trouble for Sean Combs.
Jones lived and traveled with Diddy for 13 months. The complaint states Mr. Jones was sexually harassed and assaulted by Mr. Combs. It also states Mr. Combs required Mr. Jones to solicit sex workers. The complaint goes on to claim Diddy has hidden cameras in every room of his home.
Let me say this to a lot of you men out there with what's to come. I want you guys to understand something. The first thing they're going to do, their first strategy is to go after your idols, the people you idolize, the people you look up to, the people that can come in and was able to sell you products and generate money for the corporations. The first, they're going to bring them down first. And once they start bringing them down, it makes it easier for them to come after people like you, the smaller people. And I'm telling you now, the world we live in is done. Everything is on a grid. We're in a technological age. I told you guys before, they don't need you to have families no more. They don't need you to be married. Everything is just running wild. There's no more order. Men representing order. There's no more order. They're eradicating all of that way of life. And now we're going into, I told you guys about, I can't even say it. I can't even say that because the way I used to do my streams in the past, I can't even do them because a lot of things that you would want to say, you can't say. You know, you can't say. So I want to keep this, I want to keep the stream clean, but I want to get the message across as clean as I possibly can, where people will get this, where people will get the information and get an outstanding understanding for what's really happening here. So they're going after him. They're putting it, and they're making it real messy too, real ugly, real dirty, right? And they're going after the idols. And he's not the only one. It's going to be so many of them. And you're going to have so many women coming out saying this happened and that happened. You're going to have soon a woman running for the president of the United States. You have to start having women in powerful positions. You want to start having women governors pop up because this is about gender equality. So this is a fight with the dominant society's woman wanting to be equal to her man now. Well, she wants to be equal to her man. For years, for generations, she sat by and watched him conquer the planet and sleep with all kinds of other women and create other ethnic groups amongst groups, right? And watch him do everything and just use her as a form of procreation. Well, now she wants into the party. She wants power. So what's being said at these UN meetings is saying, hey, we want our equality. We want to be able to do what you did, or at least have the shot to do it. You as presidents, you conquered nations. We want to do all these things. And this is where, and the proof of it is when you watch these superhero movies now, they got women playing these masculine, strong man roles. Because they don't want their men to stop doing it. They want to join in and have equality in doing it. They want to be the leaders now and dictate. And that's where we at with it. So in order to normalize it, they got to put women in powerful positions to the point where you start to say, okay, that's cool. So you see a movie now where, like the Lion, the Woman King. Remember at the end when the African tribal lady was fighting that big black African dude and she headbutted him and punched him in the face. But remember when he punched her? I mean, this was a big dude, big African dude. He punched her. He would have shattered her face in 88 places. But in the movies, because they socially engineering, they programming you to see the world a certain way. All this stuff is done in the psyops to program you to see the world a certain way because they're normalizing something to you that you know that's not real. But if I keep telling you the same lie over and over and over again, you start to believe it. That's why you call yourself the N-word today, because they told it to you so many times that you just normalize it. It's just in your lexicon now. And this is what they done. Oh. So let's look at some more.
Homes, and that there are recordings of celebrities, music label executives, politicians, and athletes in compromising positions.
The number of celebrities who come up in this lawsuit who, according to this plaintiff, were involved in or have information about some of this really salacious and allegedly criminal conduct on the part of Sean Combs.
The lawsuit refers to Diddy's chief of staff as Ghislaine Maxwell, who was found guilty of recruiting underage girls for Jeffrey Epstein.
Seen these cases before with high-powered, affluent individuals. But again, at this point, these are allegations, and perhaps we will see this matter move from civil to criminal.
Earlier this year, Diddy's former longtime romantic partner, Cassie Ventura, accused him of rape, sex trafficking, and physical abuse. After Diddy settled that case, other women filed similar lawsuits. Diddy posted his Enough is Enough statement on Instagram, where he strongly denied all the allegations against him.
Again, just really serious allegations that clearly rise to the level of criminal conduct, if true.
Now, there are many other serious allegations.
So I want you to understand something. So now you have Usher coming out against him, right? Saying that he saw some stuff going on at the house. You have That when you deal with Epstein, right, and that list is definitely going to come out. They're just waiting and waiting, but that list is going to come out, and I'm telling you, a lot of men are in trouble. A lot of men, because this is the time of the woman, and this is the time of the equality for women. I've been studying this for 10 years. I've been telling you, I've been on my live streams with limited people in the room for telling the truth, demonetized channels being taken down for just telling the truth. I've been telling y'all this. So a lot of these manifest dudes, they sit and they whine about the power of women, but they're not telling you, they're not giving you an understanding for what's happening. So now all these guys are going to start, all these men are going to start blowing the whistle on each other to save themselves. Because now they're backing them into a corner, right? So you're going to start seeing them. They're not even going to have to do much work, Riz. They're going to tell on themselves because they sold their soul. They sold their soul for gold. Now the leprechaun is coming back for his shillings. You sold your soul. They gave you a 30-year run, but now when they obliterate in this world, your lifestyle is not conducive for a world where women have equality. And a lot of these men's lifestyle is not going to be conducive to equality for women. And a lot of things are going to seem like it's not fair, but we're not dealing in the world of what's fair and not fair. We're dealing in the world of agendas and what's being pushed. And these are the things that we got to understand. But see, Diddy's not only going to be the sacrifice for other degenerates, they coming to get them all. I'm telling y'all, listen to me now when I tell y'all this. What's this? March 26th? On the 26th of March at 11:48 a.m. Listen to me, Eastern time. This thing right here ain't going to be just about race. Listen to me. It's not about race. I need y'all to understand this. And this is me. I'm a strong pro-black. This is not a racial thing here. They coming after all of them. Because there's a lot of powerful white men that's going to fall too. Because those are the ones that have the power that's been oppressing these women and not giving these women equality. See, when you see this thing on the UN and it says gender equality, black men historically hasn't had the power to put women in a position where they don't have equality. That's not us. So this is not a racial thing. This is an agenda that's coming down the pike. And I've been telling y'all. We've been blowing a whistle telling y'all who's been in charge, behind the scenes, controlling everything, living in the shadows. Now they push little Nas X in front of your face. They pushed all these little groups where these people were already behind the scenes running everything. But now in the technological age, they don't need you no more. They got machines. So now they can come out and take the mask off and say, this is who we are. But this guy right here, this person, these people, no, we ain't rocking with them. We ain't rocking with them. And the people, I'll say this, the people that's in power, right? Y'all catch on to this. My 26 people that's watching me, right? Historically, when you deal with the letter group, the letter crew that's real powerful today, which gender historically has been in support of them? I got 29 people in my chat. I want y'all to respond to the question I just asked. The letter crew that's very powerful right now, historically, which gender has been highly supportive of them over the generations? Which gender? Come on, keep it coming. Which gender have been highly supportive of them? The crew that's in power right now, they've been supported and loved on by this gender. So now, with them coming into power, they want to take care. See, people see, okay, well, you have the Trans Ams, and they have these little arguments, spats with the women, but they're going to put, no, don't say black women, bro. Just say women. I don't do that over here. It's not just black women. It's women in general. I don't over here, disclaimer for any man to come over here. We don't bash. No, that's not true. That's an ignorant statement. That's a very ignorant statement. It's way more white people and white women in this country than black women. And those groups have historically supported these people because behind the scenes, they have always been there and they've been running the show. They just taking the mask off. We got to start getting intelligent. Stop this online shit and stop bashing each other. It's not black women or black men who have historically supported these groups. It's the other groups, the other people. All they're doing now, they got power so fast because they was never out of power. Let me say this to you guys. They got power so fast because they was never out of power. They just took the mask off. This is their systems. So we're not going to beat up on over here. We're not going to beat up on our women. Not here. We're not going to beat up on our women. I'm speaking about all women. All women. So that's why I asked the question. We said, who was historically supportive of these groups? It's women. Don't just put black women. Not on my thing. Because I don't teach that way. I don't teach in ignorance. I teach in the 360 so we can get an outstanding understanding of the totality of what's actually happening. And we got to start getting better at that as people. Of understanding certain groups are in power because they was never out of power. They've been running the show the whole time. My homie Riz was telling y'all this 7 years ago. They've been telling y'all this the whole time. They've been in power. So now, listen, I gotta let you go. I'm not doing that over here. You got to respect what I'm teaching. We're not talking about that. I got a topic I'm talking about. See, this is the problem with you black men. I'm teaching something, and y'all coming in want to go back and forth with me about our fucking women, separate from what I'm talking about. Go ahead over there to the manosphere places, man. I got to put you on timeout for a minute because you got to come over and respect what I'm doing. I'm a black man, and I'm laying out something. I'm laying out something that's actually happening. And if I tell you, don't come over here and just, when we say women, we talking about women. I'm not singling out whether it's black women or white women. Did you notice I didn't say white women? And I'm pro-black. I'm not doing that. I'm teaching a topic right now that's actually happening. Something that me and Riz been talking about for years. And it's coming to the forefront. So I'm live today talking about it. Do not bring that YouTube gender war between black men and black women bullshit over here. I don't deal in that. That's low grade IQ. It's low grade IQ because that's not the biggest. That's not the issue. The issue is what I'm showing you playing out in front of your faces. So let's get back on track. My homie Riz has been talking about, and I'm not going to say the names because I don't want to. And please, in the chat, don't put any inflammatory words in the chat either, because I want to make sure that this live stream stay up and they don't take it down. That's why I'm talking in code. So we got to put stuff in the chat in code too, because I want to make. I'm trying to, I'm working with the guidelines, but still get the point across. Yep. That's true. And this is why no, we can't do none of that, man. They come after us now, Craig. So, the way we disseminate the message, we got to do it in the way where it's conducive for everybody, right? So yeah, so yeah. So what I'm saying is this situation is not about color or race. It's about an agenda. Let me play some of this, and then I'm going to get to the agendas because I'm not going to be here that long.
Tonight in handcuffs. He's accused of assaulting one of his son's football coaches at UCLA. Combs reportedly clashed with an assistant coach after watching his son being yelled at during football practice. KCAL 9's Brittany Hopper is live outside the Men's Central Jail in downtown LA with details. Brittany?
That's right. Diddy was brought here about 2 hours ago. His bail was set at $160,000. We have just been told that he has posted bail, but he has not been released from jail yet. A motorcade leaving UCLA campus transporting Sean Combs, aka Diddy, to the men's central jail in downtown LA after campus police say Diddy was arrested for assaulting one of UCLA's football coaches with a kettlebell, a type of weight. Police say Diddy is facing 3 counts of assault with a deadly weapon, 1 count of making terrorist threats, and 1 count of battery. Diddy's son plays for the Bruins football team. This is video obtained by TMZ Sports of Diddy, who is often seen at his son Justin's practices. Sky 9 was overhead as the man we believe is Diddy, dressed in all black, was led from the cruiser, handcuffed, into the men's central jail. It was a different sight outside UCLA's campus police, as many of his fans were yelling, "Free Diddy."
He's just taking up for his son, and a father is a father to their child, no matter who they are.
According to entertainment website TMZ, an argument broke out yesterday during a workout session, and Diddy came to campus today to talk to the coach about the incident. This is a picture posted to Diddy's Facebook page taken on Father's Day with the caption, "Father-Son Game." Head football coach Jim Mora released a statement saying, "This is an unfortunate incident for all parties involved. While UCPD continues to review this matter, we will let the legal process run its course and refrain from further comment at this time."
So I'm going to say this, right, before I go over here, right, before we come here. I'm going to say this to you guys. P. Diddy made a lot of money for a lot of people, and he had a lot of protection over the years. And going into this 2030 agenda in 2024, we're 6 years out. They're starting to pull the protection of these powerful men that's been running the world, that's been controlling everything. Because part of this gender equality thing is your idols must fall. And when you're dealing with idols, you're dealing with idols of all races, Black, Asian, Arab, Indian, Black, white, all, they're coming to get everybody. So what I need my people to understand that when I'm teaching right now, I'm having a global teaching. This is not a racial thing. This is an agenda that I'm showing you guys. So when you see these women getting rights and things coming into power, you need to understand what's going on. And you need to either be able to adapt or have knowledge. You have to have knowledge. So look, watch this, y'all.
First announced a major effort to reduce gender inequality around the world. A pair of new reports out today from the UN, as well as the Clinton and Gates Foundations, assess the progress made since then, but also find too many ways women and girls are far from getting equal treatment and participation. Violence, in fact, is often commonplace. The UN report finds life expectancy for women has increased.
I'm gonna pause it here. This is, y'all see this here? Can we achieve global gender equality by 2030? So I would ask the people that's watching me, what do you see that's going on right now? Now, and I'm just gonna honestly ask, and I know I got my brother Riz in here. Just tell me yes or no. Is anybody else in the Black sector teaching this on YouTube right now? Just I'm asking for the people that's watching. Is anybody in the Black sector right now teaching this what I'm showing now on YouTube? Give me a yes or no. I'm not going to say nothing else until I get an answer. Is anybody else in the Black sector right now talking about this in the YouTube spaces? I'd like to know. And we have to understand. We got to start taking a more cerebral approach as to what's going on. And why do you see the things that you see? So as a man, when you get disgruntled and you're upset, I'm telling you that they're creating an all-inclusive society. You dudes, a lot of you guys that like to put your hands on women, oh, that's not going to work today. You think you're going to put your hands on a woman and get locked up and go to court in the courtroom today when by 2030, this is the agenda? A lot of y'all that like to smack your girlfriend, smack your wife, beat up on your daughters and harm women. You think that you're going to be able to operate in that way and then go into a courtroom anywhere in America or the world when they got these agendas going on? You think you're going to get fair? You think you're going to put a baby in a woman? Just run around slinging dick? Put a baby in a woman and don't take care of the baby? And think you think you wasn't getting fair treatment already? Man, you don't understand what's coming. Watch this.
Increased to 73 years on average. At the same time, it found an alarmingly high number. More than 1 in 3 women worldwide have experienced domestic or sexual abuse. Lakshmi.
What did she just say?
1 in 3 women worldwide have experienced domestic or sexual abuse.
What did she just say, Craig? Hold on, Craig. What did she just say?
3 women worldwide have experienced domestic or sexual abuse.
1 in every 3 women worldwide, they taking all this down. And they coming. They're coming. And not just they're coming, they already here. They're doing it in front of you. So people can't say, oh, George, what are you talking about, man? That sounds crazy. That's far-fetched. Nope. Yeah, but see, Craig, we got to elevate our way of thinking. That's low IQ grade, and not dissing you, Craig, but that's low IQ, low grade talk. 304. No, Craig. That's why I'm doing it for us brothers. No, listen. For a long time, men have run the world and been able to just run shot and do whatever they want to do. So now in the equality part, you're going to have groups of women being able to do what they want to do as they ascend to equality and power. That's what's going to happen. So we can't look at it from that perspective. We got to look at it from the perspective of if we're intelligent. Look at the freedoms that men have had over the generations to run wild and do what they want to do. Now the equality is coming to the women's side. So you're going to have a bunch of 304s out in the open. You're going to have all those things. We have to take a knowledgeable approach and open our eyes and see what's happening. This YouTube jargon that we use ain't going to work. It's not going to work. Let's speak. Yeah, but see, this is the thing. Club Fortune, we might say that it's fluff statistics, but I'm gonna tell you, Club Fortune, this is the issue though. In other countries, the statistics not fluff. In Arab nations, a lot of these European nations, Eastern European nations, where they blame black men they blame abuse and all kinds of crime and criminality on black men. But in other places around the world, man, these women are being abused in all aspects every day. They don't have no rights. We don't, as Black American men, we don't abuse our women nowhere near to the level. Most of us are raised by single moms in the communities. So a lot of these women come to America. No, that's the point. That's what I'm speaking to now, Craig. I'm gonna speak to that now. As Black American men, most men are raised about 75% single mom raised. I think women around the world, a lot of women are starting to want a Black American man because she has way more rights because of the way the Black man is raised. They blame us for everything, but no, our women have way more liberties and rights than when you deal with women in Africa, women over there in Arabia, women that coming from these Eastern and Western European countries where they have their cultures and things set in place. These women run to America. And they find out that being with a Black man, they actually have power. And that's not always a good thing for Black men because it's actually put us down in a way. But it also lets them know that we're not these violent, overly masculine, overly sexualized beasts that they try to say that we were. No, a lot of us are raised by our moms, so we already understand how to respect women for the most part, as opposed to other men. See, they lied to us, man. Those women are fleeing them countries, bro. Fleeing them countries. Some of these nations beating a woman, and some of these nations beating a woman is part of the culture. Let's call it what it is. But let's play some more.
Lakshmi Puri is the Deputy Executive Director of UN Women, the group which released the report. Ms. Puri, welcome to the NewsHour, and I'm happy to say I was at that Beijing conference to cover it. But in your report, you say that many of the same barriers that existed 20 years ago still in place today. It's a pretty discouraging report.
Absolutely. Although we have made progress in primary education, we are still not there on secondary and tertiary and STEM education, where we are progressing in economic participation of women, particularly in the labor force, but it's still in vulnerable employment with wage gaps between men and women still persisting in power.
Now, this is things that's going on all over the world, but I want you to understand something. If they can implement this in America, then it's easier to push it all throughout the cultures around the world. So y'all. Well, matter of fact, hold on. Let me play some of this, and then I'm gonna break this down.
And decision making, we have many more women in parliament, 36 countries with more than 30% representation, and 19 countries with heads of state, but we are still far away from achieving the kind of planet 50-50 that Beijing really dreamt of and set out a blueprint for.
Given the structural and the very difficult challenges you're describing, what makes you think that you can make the kind of progress you say is necessary? Because across the board, whether it's violence against women, legal inequality, the challenges are daunting.
But you know, it is also a tremendous time of opportunity, historic opportunity, because for the first time, even since Beijing, the world is coming together in terms of awareness of the issues. They know what needs to be done. They are showing much more political will than ever before. UN Women's creation itself was an act of political will. And in that context, the linking up with the Sustainable Development Goals and with gender goal being identified as a priority for the next 15 years to achieve, I think we are really on an accelerated path to breaking down those barriers and reaching that goal of achieving gender equality and women's empowerment, and that too by the expiry date of gender inequality and discrimination and violence by 2030.
Yeah, I was struck by that was your expiration date for achieving gender equality in 15 years when it's been so hard to get any further in 20 years. And yet you're optimistic that changes are going to come.
Absolutely, and we cannot afford it otherwise. We won't get anywhere on poverty eradication, anywhere on economic growth, anywhere on social development or environmental sustainability without empowering half of humanity. And also, if we go at the present pace, it's going to take us another 81 years. We cannot wait another century. We cannot wait another 2 millennia that we have already waited.
Just finally, what should ordinary men and women in this country watching this interview think? What can they do? Do they sit back and watch the rest of the world? What is the role of the developing world and the non-developing world in making all this happen?
Well, I think the developed world has a particular responsibility, both in terms of role modeling, what should be done and what progress has already.
You heard what she said? Developed world. I put my Cash App in that thing. Hit the Cash App. Support this information, man. Support this knowledge. She said that the developed world is the catalyst and the key to pushing it, to force everywhere else. So now when you see right. So now when you see this stuff happening on a large global scale, what I'm trying to show you is you guys are watching P. Diddy be took down, but you're not understanding the full scale of what's happening. You saw Harvey Weinstein be taken down. See, they doing it in front of your face. So they took down Harvey Weinstein as well and put him in jail for 27 years. And Harvey Weinstein for years historically was doing all of these things, right? So they're taking down these people in powerful positions. That owner of the Clippers, white billionaire, took them down. So they're going to take down these people because they're ushering a new world. So while you're so tuned in to seeing P. Diddy, right?
statement and leave us alone. Stay on the side. 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 Stay on the side.
Make sure y'all supporting, man.
Or is there value for you? How you doing? I'm just gonna make a statement because I can't answer no question. I'm just gonna make a statement. All right. I came here today just to tell the truth. So hopefully we can get down to the bottom of this. I'm 100%. The charges against me are 100% false, and hopefully due to time we'll start to see that. Thank you very much.
Now, this is an older video of him when he was in trouble, and like I told you, he was under the protection of powerful men, but the kingdoms are fallen. When you saw Harvey Weinstein, what's that other dude that had the island with all those people? The one they said it killed himself in prison. Him, all of these people are being brought to the carpet now because that woman that was in that the woman here, this woman here, Lakeisha Puri, she is the executive, she is the deputy executive director for the UN for women. She's the executive director. So they're already around the world is pushing this women's gender equality. So now when you see these women's feminist groups popping all up, they're being funded by the world governments. They're pushing this. When you see it in movies, you see it in political positions now. They're being ushered in. So let's look. Let's look. So even when you get to Africa, right? A barrage of discriminatory laws stoking hate against LGBT. So, matter of fact, no, let me do this first. Let me go here first. Now that we got the puffy out of the way, let me teach. Let me get to teaching now. Oh, shit. Hold on. All right. Check this out. Check this out, Craig. Check this out, Auntie. I want y'all to see this, right? So now that woman, nope. So now this is the thing, right? P. Diddy not by himself, but a lot of people behind the scenes, they're going to fall too. Y'all going to be shocked when you see a lot of powerful white men falling right down that water slide, right into that ocean, right into that abyss. They falling, and they're going to put women right in those positions. And you're going to have men now taking orders from women. That's where we're going. You don't believe me? Watch this. Sustainable development. Goal 5, achieving gender equality and empower all women and girls. Gender equality is not only a fundamental right, human right, but a necessary foundation for peaceful, prosperous, and a sustainable world. There have been progress over the last decades, but the world is not on track to achieve gender equality by 2030, right? Women and girls represent half of the world's population and therefore also half of its potential. But gender inequality persists everywhere and stagnates social progress. On average, women in the labor market still earn 23% less than men globally, and women spend about 3 times as many hours in unpaid domestic care work, right? Sexual violence and exploitation, the unequal division of unpaid care and domestic work, and discrimination in public office all remain huge barriers, right? At the current rate, it will take an estimated 300 years to end child marriage, right? Child marriage. 286 years to close gaps in legal protection and remove discriminatory laws. 140 years for women to be represented equally in positions of power and leadership in the workplace, and 47 years to achieve equal representation in national parliaments. So what they're doing is they speeding up the progress. Political leadership, investments, and comprehensive policy reforms are needed to dismantle systematic barriers to achieve Goal 5, gender equality, and a cross-cutting objective. It must be a key focus in national policies, budget, and institutions. Y'all in trouble. Y'all in trouble. You see it playing. So I asked y'all, and I'm going to ask y'all again. I'm going to say it again. Historically, those letter crew, the letter crew that's running everything, that's been running everything since its inception, but now they took the mask off, who historically has been in support of them? Women. Women. So now when they come into power, they're going to make sure you men respect women, because women was the one protecting them. Because they've been in power, they're in power now. They run the show. They're your political leaders. They're your athletes and entertainers. They're your military. They're everywhere. I ain't got to say who they are. You already know who they are. They took the mask off. Now they have an all-inclusive society. We want to do everything you heterosexuals have done historically for years. We want to do everything. This is what they're saying. This is what they're saying. And we want your position, so we got to unseat you. And we'll put women, those women in positions of power in your seat while we control them from the shadows. I'm going to say it again. We will put these women in positions of power in your seats while we control them from the shadows. How much progress has been made? International commitments to advance gender equalities has brought improvements in some areas. Child marriage and female genitalia mutilation have declined in recent years. But the promise of a world in which every woman and girl enjoys full gender equality, and where all legal, social, and economic barriers to their empowerment have been removed, remains unfulfilled. So this is all the stuff that I'm telling you, you're not going to get nowhere else. So let me move across the street. Let me move over. Let me move over for y'all. So because my thing is, I want you guys to have a stupendous, outstanding understanding for what's going on. I don't want to hear no more crying about, oh man, I can't believe they doing this. No. This is a world agenda. And the people that lived in the world that was giants in the old world have to fall. Y'all see yesterday, was that in Baltimore, that Francis Scott Key Bridge fell? Well, in the old world, what did Francis Scott Key represent? I'm just saying. United Nations, transforming our world, the 2030 Agenda for Sustainable Development. So you guys out there can't say that I'm just making up stuff, because I'm not. See, I could have easily came in here and just played a bunch of news clips of P. Diddy being in trouble, and y'all would have 800 people would have showed up for that. But because I'm showing you what the actual agenda is, look, hold on. Watch this. Watch this. Hold on, watch this. Let's see. Yeah, let me pull. Let me come back to this first, and then we'll pull up that other one. Right? So let's look at this, right? So the agenda is a plan of action for people, planet, and prosperity. It also seeks to strengthen universal peace and larger freedom. So y'all have to understand this. Make sure you guys hit that Cash App or go to our website and support Urban Nerds through our website, man. We got some spring trips coming up right here. You guys can go there. If you can support through PayPal, you can also hit our GoFundMe, and you can also hit our Cash App. That's pinned to the top. So support the information that we bring in, man, because like I said, this kind of information that I bring here now is the kind of information that make them take videos and channels down, because they don't want, especially black men, they don't want black men teaching this kind of stuff. We recognize that eradicating poverty in all forms and dimensions, including extreme poverty, and its greatest global challenge and dispensable requirements for sustainable development. All countries and all stakeholders acting in collaborative partnership will implement. Listen. Watch this. This is important. All countries and all stakeholders acting in collaborative partnership will implement this plan. We are resolved to free the human race from the tyranny of poverty and want to heal and secure our planet. Who historically are they saying the people that's been bringing tyranny and tyranny? So what's that guy's name? Help me out in the chat. What's that guy's name that all those manosphere men like? That's locked up over there in Romania for those crimes against women. He's locked up over there in Romania. What's his name? Somebody put in the chat. What's that guy's name that's locked up in Romania for horrific crimes against women? What's his name? Bring him up. Bring him to the table. What's his name? Somebody in the chat help me out. What's that guy's name? Hold on. I'll tell you in a minute. Where he at? Where is he at? Where is he at? Where is he at? Where is he? Damn, where is he? Andrew Tate. Yeah, Andrew Tate. Let's do this. Let's do this because y'all think it's a game. Y'all think I'm playing. Y'all think it's a game. They're not playing. Hold on. All right, so let me read a little bit of this, and then we're gonna go over to Andrew Tate. Yeah. All countries and all stakeholders acting in collaborative partnership will implement this plan. All countries, all stakeholders acting in a collaborative partnership will implement this plan. We are resolved to free the human race from the tyranny of poverty and want to heal and secure our planet. We are determined to take bold and transformative steps which are arguably needed to shift the world into a sustainable and resilient path as we embark in this collaborative journey. Man, listen. People, watch this. People. We are determined to end poverty and hunger in all forms and dimensions and to ensure that all human beings can fulfill their potential and dignity and quality in a healthy environment. I need y'all to listen to these parts. We are determined to assure that all human beings can enjoy prosperous and fulfilling lives and that economic, social, and technological process occurs in a harmony nature. Peace. We are determined to foster peaceful, just, and inclusive societies. Inclusive societies. Africa, Arab nations that got LGBT people there, and you're shutting them out. That's not what the world development is standing on. All the nations and stakeholders are saying this is where we're going. So if you against LGBT, you against women in positions of power, you in trouble. You in trouble. They're not playing. And America's ground zero. They're going to smack down all your leaders. All those powerful male leaders get knocked in the head. We are determined to foster peaceful and just and inclusive societies which are free from fear and violence. There can be no sustainable development without peace and no peace without sustainable development. We are determined to mobilize the means required to implement this agenda through a revitalized global partnership for sustainable development based on a spirit of strengthened global solidarity. So watch this. Watch this. This is in Romania. This is your idol Andrew Tate.
Andrew Tate and his brother have once again been detained in Romania. They are being held for 24 hours on sex offense allegations after police there served arrest warrants that were issued by the UK. The charges stem from between 2012 to 2015. The two previously spent 3 months in Romanian police custody last year on similar allegations. They were placed under house arrest pending a criminal investigation for alleged abuse involving 7 women. Tate is a former professional kickboxer who has millions.
Why do y'all think that's on the news all over the world? They got the cameras in front of their face. That's all part of the plan. That's all part of the plan. That's all part of the agenda. Hold on, look. Let me see. Let's see if we find another one of him crying. Let's see. They got all these clips, right? They take them out. And these things. All this stuff is par for the course for what they're doing, right? He says the future president I now identify as a political. As a future president, I now identify as a political woman. I am expecting your vote. Oh man, let's see what some of the people saying. Down with the patriarchy, men exclusively abused. Yeah, yes. I'm gonna be honest. As a man, men around the world have abused their power and abused women in position, and now the energy is changing, where women are coming into equality and power, and a lot of men are not going to like that because a lot of men are used to telling women what to do.
Greta Thunberg just destroyed Andrew Tate on Twitter, with Tate randomly targeting and adding Greta, bragging about how bad his 33 cars are for the environment, asking for her email so he...
Hold on, no, not that. I'm trying to find one more thing, right? Let's see.
Recordings just got back.
Let's see. And then we're going to, I got about 15 more minutes. Make sure you guys hit that like button, man. Make sure y'all hitting that like button. Oh, shit, Carl, you ain't got no whip.
Why do you think that better? Are the accusation realistic?
The Matrix has attacked me.
So this is
Thanks for watching our YouTube.
This is all the stuff. So now let's go over here, right? Let's go over here. When we talk about all-inclusive societies, right? So now I just showed you guys just so we can be clear. We can be clear. Prosperity, right? Prosperity, right? We are determined to ensure that all humans can bring and enjoy a prosperous and fulfilling life, right? Peace, right? We are determined to foster peaceful, just, and inclusive societies. Peaceful, just. Of course, it's planned. What's the nah part? I don't understand the nah. Nah, this is planned. That's the whole thing I'm telling you. Women can be used to not no man is safe. But this is the stuff that I'm telling y'all. I'm going to say this to y'all again for the people in the back that's slow. I'm going to say it one more time. Certain groups of people that's in power now was always in power. They just had the mask on and they was hiding behind the nuclear family in the industrial age. Now with the technological age, they could take the mask off and they're coming out to show you that we've been in power the whole time. Who's protected them for years? Women, historically. So they're going to use women to unseat you, men, and still control everything from the shadows. Yeah. Yes. It's happening right in front of your face. So when you see all these so-called masculine men being taken down, oh, that's all part of the agenda. They don't even hide it. They told you, look, 2030 agenda. They don't hide nothing. They put it in front of your face. So let's go over here because I got a couple minutes before I got to go. So in an all-inclusive society, Africa's barrage on discriminatory laws stoking hate against LGBTI persons, right? Across Africa, LGBTI persons find themselves contending with a disturbing regression of progress, facing relentless protests against their identities and confronting formidable obstacles to their legal and social rights, said Tigi, Amnesty International's regional director to East and Southern Africa's. Arbitrary arrests and detentions have become all too common, treating the mere act of being oneself as a criminal offense. I'm going to tell you right now, based off the agenda, that's not going to fly. They're going to put all kinds of embargo, all kinds of acts on Africa, and they're going to force their hand. You see what they're doing in Ghana. Matter of fact, hold on, watch this. Ghana president. Hold on, watch this. So then you have the Ghanaian president. Let's move over. You have the Ghana president court in a squabble, right, over anti-LGBT rights. The bill, which seeks to criminalize gay relationships, the Speaker of Ghana's parliament has halted the approval of new ministers, deepening the standoff over the delaying signing of LGBT bill. The bill, which seeks to criminalize gay relations and support for them, was passed last month but has faced legal challenges. The presidency has requested the parliament refrain from sending the bill for the presidential assets until these challenges are resolved. See, they're getting pressure now from the world governments and the stakeholders and the people that control everything. They tell them, no, you can't do that. Listen, they're telling them that you can't do that. You know why you can't do that? Because this is what's happening right here. You can't do that. You can't do that because they are forming a peace, just, and all-inclusive societies. So now what does that mean? In an all-inclusive society, everybody has a shot. And I'm going to do a part 2 to this. I'm going to come back with a part 2 to this because I'm telling y'all, I don't have to cuss, get crazy. I'm not making up nothing. I'm not teaching hate speech. What I am telling you guys is that they have an agenda, and it's an all-inclusive society where everybody is going to be included. For years we watched Luke, Don't Stop, Get It, Don't Stop, Rock With It. And we saw heterosexual male and females indulge in all kinds of lewd sexual acts. Well, the LGBT society said, we're humans. We want to be able to do the same thing that you do. Now, to us, we may think it's egregious, but to them, it's normal. But in a society where you didn't go along with the Bible or the Quran or all those things told you, you took sexual acts and made it normal and lewd to the world. So other groups that's been discriminated against historically say, hey, we want our turn. We want to be able to do what everybody else do. We want equality. Women want gender equality. These groups that's been marginalized for years want equality. But what I'm saying is, what I'm trying to tell men and women, for years you took part in all kinds of wild stuff. And you never ever thought about the other groups that wasn't a part of your group that was forced to lay in the shadows. Now they're getting equality and they're be able to come out. So when you see a transistor going in the bathroom because they identify as a woman, everybody has a problem with it. But this is part of the all-inclusive society. I'm not dealing with what's right or wrong. I'm dealing with what they're doing. And a lot of us open up the door for them to do it because we indulge in a whole bunch of stuff that we shouldn't have been indulging in the first place. The stuff that you see these girls doing now, the stuff that we was doing back in the day, and all these lewd sexual acts that was normalized within our society. Well, all the other groups want in now. They want in. And the world banks and the world governments is bringing in equality and equality for women. So when you see these men falling and you see P. Diddy and Harvey Weinstein and the guy that had that island, the Pizzagate stuff, these people are going to be falling like leaves off a tree. Oh, man, it's coming. And a lot of you men out there that like to hit women, you like to beat on your wife or beat on your girlfriend, don't think you're going to be beating women and then go in these courtrooms today. You think you didn't get a fair shot when you made a baby that you couldn't take care of, when you and a baby mom don't get along? Drop your seed in a woman now and don't be there for that child. Watch what happened to you. That's a form of abuse to that child and the woman. And that goes against what they implement. You're not going to get this nowhere else. What happens is, for me, I've taken the emotion out of it because I've been studying it for over 10 years. And I know what's coming. It's certain things that I can't even say on YouTube because they're going to strike the channel. Certain things that I've said on my other channels was really going on. I got to talk in PG. But I'm going to do a part 2 to this. I might open up a panel. But if I open up a panel, no, matter of fact, I'm going to open up and let people come up and talk for a minute. But if I do that, I'm not doing that. Listen to me. I want everybody to listen. What's up, Chaos Rain? I want everybody to listen to me. I am not doing low budget, low IQ, regular YouTube gender war arguments. I'm here. And we got to come up to here. We got to start talking about the things that's at hand, that's at the play, that's actually happening. I'm not dealing with the arguments that black men and black women have. That is so behind the times. We got to come up to speed on why they're doing it and how they're doing it. That's what we got to do. You notice when I said that statement, like 8, 9 people dropped off real quick because our people are slow. I'm not dealing in that. I'm so far above that. I'm dealing with the agendas and what we can do now as men and women, especially as black people, to prepare ourselves for what's coming down the pipe. What I'm going to do, I'll end it here where Puffy had a lot of powerful people protecting him. Hold on. Puffy had a lot of powerful people protecting him in the past, and they've pulled their protection from him. He made a lot of people a lot of money, and now they have no more use for him because there's going to be women in his position in his seat now, so he must fall. All of these people, was the founder of Def Jam, Russell Simmons, he must fall. Will Smith is next. They're coming after Will. You see all the stuff that they already was putting on Will. He's next. Jay-Z. A lot of these people, they're coming, man. And don't think that they're coming for the white boys, the Arab boys. They're coming for them all. They're going to fall. Your idols must fall. And that's where we at. So like I said, those powerful people that was protecting him, they don't need him no more. They're going to get rid of him and put a woman in this position and keep the ball rolling. So now what they got to do is they got to totally destroy him and plaster it on the media so much that all of y'all turn on him. But I'm going to cut this video short right here. I got a part 2 coming. Leave your comments. Damn. Remember, I love my people more than they hate themselves. And I pray to the universal creator Most High that these words are enough to inspire you. These words are enough to make you look at yourself in the mirror, make change. These words are enough to make you look at your children and know you have to make change. I hope that when you came in for information, and when you leave here greater than what you was before you came. You leave here edified. I hope that you share this information on all the social media mechanisms that we use to get the message across. We got to start having a conversation. Listen, me as a black man, I'm learning how to. I'm telling you, Carl, Vincent, Desire, I'm learning how to respect women a little bit better, a little bit more. Learning how to be conscious of women. I know how to separate the 304 women from women that's respectable. But as a black man, I'm learning how to be more patient and listen to a woman. I'm learning how to be better. in a society that's coming. I'm learning how to do it. I'm not ashamed to say it. It doesn't make me less of a man. But I'm learning how to be a better man to my daughters and the women that count on me. So look forward to part 2. But I just wanted to do this stream to show you guys, because I know that everybody's caught up in the P. Diddy, but there's an agenda behind the P. Diddy and why he's falling, why Harvey Weinstein is falling, why all these people are falling, why Andrew Tate is falling. The way we used to talk and the way that these men used to operate, you can't operate like that in the new world. All right. Make sure y'all supporting the channel, man. Make sure y'all supporting the Cash App. This kind of stuff, like I said, is there's no financial gain behind this. It has to come from you guys. When you got people that actually love you enough to come and teach you some real information. All right. So remember, I love y'all. Till the next time. Peace.